Hello guys, and some good news. A really big, evil and brand new Russian missile launcher, missile carrier Cyclone was destroyed potentially by ATACMS, targeted by Ukrainian armed forces on this lonely ship somewhere near Sevastopol. And it seems like all of us remember the phrase Russian warship, go yourself. So now we have multiplied these phrases and addressed them to all of the Russian Black Sea Navy. And honestly, even though this phrase is a part of jokes and memes, I think the moment when it was pronounced was actually very important for all of us in Ukraine, but also all of the people around the world, because this was the moment when we and you started to believe that we can and we will win this war. And -1 missile carrier is definitely a good step towards our common goal. So let me tell you more about this special military operation of Ukrainian armed forces from an ordinary and excited Ukrainian perspective. My name is Anna and I vlog daily from Ukraine since the start of the brutal Russian invasion. So if you're new to the channel, you support Ukraine, please subscribe and help us fight against Russian propaganda and fake news. And my longtime friends, check your subscription status and hit notification button. -1 Russian missile carrier under the name Cyclone, because it can carry Cyclone missiles, Kalibr missiles, and Oniks missiles, winged missiles that they often use to destroy Ukrainian infrastructure. And when targeted from this really close location, it's impossible to hide, to predict, and they actually cause lots of tragedies in Ukraine. That's why the more of such warships, the more of such missile platforms we are able to neutralize, the safer it is for people in Ukraine. And honestly, what is beautiful in this story, that this Cyclone ship is actually extremely new. It was constructed in 2020 and it was accepted, or how do you call it, to the Russian Black Sea Navy in July 2023. So it did not manage to survive even a year, and actually it did not manage to target any missile. It was just observing lonely in the waters of the Black Sea, because the majority of Russian warships have escaped this aquatorium, and this is beautiful. This is a great achievement of Ukrainian armed forces, our drones, and yes, your missiles supplied to us, that often remains under analyzed by global media, and you will rarely hear people speaking about this great victory, like you can continue trade, you can travel through the Black Sea, something that seemed totally impossible a year ago. And with the correct strategy, with lots of new marine drones developed inside Ukraine, we have cleaned the aquatorium, and the majority of these evil warships escaped to Novorossiysk, which is a Russian port where they actually belong. And even there, they are not safe, because recently there were explosions, someone smoked again at night after seeing Ukrainian drones in the skies. What they do, they start like smoking perhaps. So anyway, they don't have many ships in the Black Sea. What they do, they send them from time to time, or for example, minesweepers that were also destroyed by us. And they are evil because they try to mine the territory, causing troubles not just to Ukrainians. Let's be honest, the Black Sea is very important for global trade, for global travel. And there were cases when this sea mines traveled to the shores of Bulgaria or to the shores of Turkey. So Russia is an enemy of half of the world, honestly. Maybe it's a friend of Iran or North Korea, but definitely all those countries that are democracies, or at least resemble democracies. I'm sorry, but we have to be realistic about this planet. But still, in this case, people definitely have to be united and try to end this evil. And if you're new to the channel, you support Ukraine, you like watching our Russian warship bingo, do subscribe to the channel, share, and help us give more information about this extremely important times in Ukraine. And these times are actually important for the world, I'm convinced. But today the news are really good. -1 super expensive and brand new warship capable of carrying missiles, but now unable to carry these missiles, and I cannot imagine what will they report to Kremlin Goblin, because honestly they have changed these commanders of the Black Fleet. One of them disappeared after Ukraine destroyed. Another important reminder, we have destroyed the headquarters of Russian Black Sea Navy in Sevastopol, which was so symbolic for Putin imperial project that we cannot even measure. And what they do, they hide this information from Russian media. They silence that in global media, and it seems like nothing is happening or something is happening in Ukraine. No, we are actually cleaning the Black Sea from the invaders and saying, Russian Black Sea Navy, go yourself. Honestly, I'm really happy that I've recollected this moment. I know it's not a polite phrase to say, and you see, I don't even quote it fully, but it was very important, and it was so decisive when we were stressed out. We could not predict what will happen to us tomorrow. You adapt even to really bad circumstances like war, and that was like at the very start, and we were super terrified. And then you hear these brave young voices at the face of deadly threat, deadly danger, saying Russian warship, and you realize that all of this fake Botox, just like Putin, machine cannot take over a vibrant, dynamic country that wants to live according to the democratic rules in the open, friendly world. So I'm actually very proud that we have this phrase in our modern history. Let me know what do you think about that, and would you like a video on all of the Russian warship destroyed since the start of the full-scale invasion? And this will be a lot. And to celebrate these victories of Ukraine, remember to check our merch shop. We have -15% sale during today still, and lots of really good items that work well as reminders and conversation starters about Ukraine. And they are simply beautiful and tell the history of Ukraine or depict Ukrainian drones, which are serious game changers. Thank you for buying me coffees, becoming my patrons and sponsors of the channel. Remember to join me on Instagram, Threads, X, and Discord. And thank you so much for all that you do in your beautiful countries, in your safe towns and cities, to remind the world about Ukraine and to support us in our fight. And I'm sure that united we stand, and sometime soon you will be able to come travel Ukraine, discover Ukraine, and I will be really happy to meet you here. Slava Ukraini!